Hey everyone, it's Dr. Joyce Park, board certified dermatologist. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a topic that has been at the forefront of my mind because Seattle has been actually going through a heat wave, very weirdly for June. It's been in the 80s, and I want to go over how to transition your winter/spring skincare into a full-blown summer appropriate skincare routine. Now, I know I had made a video back in wintertime about how to transition into winter, which I'll link down below, but now, because the temps are getting warmer, we're sweating more, we are going to do a full 180 and talk about all the different ways you want to swap and switch out your different skincare products and maybe to pay more attention to certain products now that summer is here. Let's get into it. First tip that I have for you is to switch out your creamier cleanser for a gel or foaming cleanser. And the reason we want to do this is because your skin produces more sweat and possibly gets more oily during the summer, trapping dirt and other things as you go about your day in the hotter temperatures. So you really want to choose a cleanser that will gently remove all of that oil and dirt, debris, grime, even sunscreen and makeup without stripping your skin of its moisture. So instead of using a really hydrating kind of creamy cleanser that we opt for during winter, we want to switch to a lighter gel-based or foaming cleanser that better targets oily skin. One of the ones I like to recommend for summer, especially if you have acne, is the La Roche-Posay Effaclar Medicated Gel Cleanser. And this comes with 2% salicylic acid. And we know sal acid is one of our favorite BHAs because it really gets into the pores and helps clean out pores and reduce kind of that appearance of oiliness and gets rid of all that gunk that's stuck in there. It can also help reduce the appearance of blackheads. So that's a great cleanser to use if you're struggling with acne, with blackheads. You can even go ahead and use it on the rest of your body if you have back knee or chest knee. Another cleanser I really love is one I've talked about before. It's from Youth to the People and it's their Superfood Cleanser. This contains a blend of kale, green tea, and spinach, so it's loaded up with antioxidants and vitamins. And even though it's a gel cleanser, it really doesn't strip my face of moisture, and I feel like it does a really good job in terms of cleaning my makeup off, even kind of stubborn mascara. During the summertime, we are wearing tons of sunscreen, we're sweating, so you really need a cleanser that is very effective at removing all of that from your face. Number two, during the summertime, you really want to amp up your exfoliant use. Now, during wintertime, I always caution my patients to really cut back on their retinol or retinoid use. And if you're a beginner to the retinol or retinoid or exfoliant world, I always say to start really, really slow, only use it like 2 nights a week, and then maximum get up to like 4 nights a week. However, during the summertime, our skin is less dry, less irritated, less sensitive. It's really less prone to all of that irritation from exfoliants. And also you're really needing more exfoliation to get rid of all that dry, scaly skin from wintertime. So this really is a good time to hop back on your exfoliants like your retinoids, retinols, AHAs, and BHAs. Now, it depends on your skin type, which type of retinoid, retinol, or exfoliant you should use, but I think everyone can benefit from being on a retinol or a retinoid. I will say you want to be careful because retinol or retinoid can make you more sensitive to the sun, and we know there's a lot of UV radiation during the summertime, so you really want to be very careful about wearing hats and wearing sunscreen and avoiding peak sun hours outdoors if you're starting on a retinol or a retinoid. Now, my favorite retinol or retinoid products, I like to go straight for the retinoids because those get converted directly to retinoic acid, which is the active form of this ingredient that can do all the good things like increase skin cell turnover, help you unclog your pores, minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and dark spots, and build collagen and all of that good stuff. My favorite retinoid of choice is the Skin Better Alpha Ret Overnight Cream. And during the summertime, I like to level up from just the regular cream to the Overnight Intensive Cream. So this product has glycolic acid as well as an AHA lactic acid conjugated with their own form of retinoid. And the difference between the normal versus the intensive Alpha Ret is that the intensive has a higher percentage of glycolic acid, so you're getting more of that exfoliation. So during winter, I like to just scale it back to just the normal regular Alpha Ret, whereas during summertime, I like to level up to the intensive Overnight Alpha Ret Cream. Another way you could level up your retinol or retinoid use during the summertime is maybe if you were on a retinol during winter, you could consider getting on a retinoid. And if you were already on tretinoin during wintertime, maybe you can talk to your dermatologist or your doctor about increasing the percentage of that retinoid. So for example, if I start my patients on tretinoin 0.025%, if they're doing really well on it, then after a few months, no irritation, nothing, then I might consider increasing them to tretinoin 0.05%. Another exfoliant I really love that I've talked about a bunch before is the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. And this is salicylic salicylic acid. So BHA, we know that BHAs like to go into the pores, clean them out, better for oily skin. So this is a great option if you're oily, acne prone, and you tend to get worse breakouts during the summertime. You can even use this on a cotton pad all over your face, or you can do it on your back, in your chest, if you have any acne on your body areas as well. Another peel pad I recommend for summer, because it's a little bit too intense for winter, is the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Universal Peel Pads. It's basically a two-step chemical peel system that you could do at home, whereas in the first step, you're using a blend of 5 acids: glycolic acid, citric acid, malic acid, lactic acid, and salicylic acid, along with chamomile for its anti-inflammatory effects. So you do that first with a peel pad pre-soaked in the serum, wait 2 minutes, and then you go ahead and use step 2, which has more of the hydrating, soothing ingredients. It also has retinol as well as green tea extract for that anti-inflammatory benefit. And this one is one that I tend to recommend patients to use at home during the summertime. Like I mentioned, it's a bit more of an intensive process. There's a lot of acids in there. There's even retinol in there. I don't think this will replace your daily retinol use. You'll just use this on a day that you'll skip your retinol, if that makes sense. So if you use your retinol like 4 or 5 times a week, then you'll do your peel pads on those 2 nights off, basically. Third tip, you want to change from a very heavy-duty, occlusive, creamy moisturizer to a more lightweight serum or moisturizer that is gel-based. And the reason for this is because you're creating more oil and sweating more during the summertime, and putting on a very thick, occlusive, creamy, hydrating moisturizer on top of that might actually make things worse and cause you to have more breakouts. One of the moisturizers that I like to recommend for summertime is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel. So not the cream, not the water cream / gel, which is really thick for wintertime, but this is the watery gel. And this is a non-comedogenic, meaning non-pore clogging, and it really goes on like a gel, but it provides this great hydration overnight. And I have one in my medicine cabinet. I love using it during the summertime. The main ingredient in the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel is hyaluronic acid, which we know is a humectant. It will help your skin hold on to and retain moisture, and it's just a really great formula that's also really affordable, and you can find it at every drugstore. Another great moisturizer for summertime is the Tatcha Water Cream. This has been a holy grail of mine for a really long time. It really helps to hydrate without feeling heavy or sticky at all. It is formulated with Japanese rose and also Japanese lily. So one helps to tighten pores and smooth the skin texture, and one helps to kind of clamp down on excess oil. And it also comes with this proprietary blend called the Hadase 3 Complex, which consists of green tea, rice, and algae. And I know this one is a little bit pricier than, a typical drugstore option, but that's why I like to offer a range of pricing in all these products I recommend, so that you can test them and kind of pick one that fits your preferences and your budget. My fourth tip is you really need to make sure you're applying sunscreen every day. And I mean every day. Look at me right now. I'm sitting by a huge window, and I sit here pretty much all day, and the glass blocks UVB but not UVA. So I'm still getting all those harmful UVA rays coming straight through at me. Not only that, but the UV index is way higher, so we're getting more UVA and UVB during the summertime, and chances are you're probably spending a lot more time outdoors. So all of this goes to say that you really need to choose a wonderful sunscreen to act as your base protection in the beginning of the day. I would say choose at least SPF 30, even SPF 50 plus if you know you're going to be outside for a long time. A lot of this is due to user error. We don't use enough of the sunscreen to get the full stated SPF benefit. It needs to be water resistant if you know you're going to be sweating, swimming, doing anything that's going to cause the sunscreen to come off. And it has to be broad spectrum UVA plus UVB protection. I made a full video on sun sticks as well as how to reapply sunscreen over makeup, so I'll link to both of those below. But you do have to be very vigilant about reapplying your sunscreen every 2 hours if you're going to be outdoors, or like me, sitting directly by a window, because you don't want to waste all of the protective benefits of the sunscreen that you put on at the beginning of the day. Over time, those sunscreen ingredients will break down, or you touch your face and you rub away the sunscreen. So it is really important to protect your skin during the summertime when the UV index is high and we're just getting so much much damage. This is to protect your skin against skin cancer and also against all the other things that UV can cause on our skin, like hyperpigmentation, pigmentary disorders like melasma, and of course, dark spots, wrinkling, photoaging, loss of volume, change in texture, all of that. I've talked about my favorite sunscreens at great length in a bunch of other videos. Like I mentioned, you can check out my Sunstick video for a full rundown on the most viral sunsticks right now, but I'll just quickly go over a couple of my favorite sunscreens that I'm reaching for very commonly at the moment. One of them is the Elta MD UV Elements. This has been a holy grail for a long time. I just really love how this goes on with a very creamy texture. It feels hydrating with the perfect amount of coverage. This one is a purely physical blocker, mineral blocker, zinc oxide 10%, titanium dioxide 5.5%, and it really has a wonderful tint, universally flattering. It also contains hyaluronic acid, so it gives you a little bit of that hydration and helping you retain moisture as well. Another sunscreen I've been reaching for a lot that is the non-tinted version is the Isdin Aerofotona sunscreen, and this one I actually worked with them a couple months ago in New York, but they're obviously not sponsoring this video. I'm not being paid to say this, but it just contains this really amazing technology. All of their sunscreens contain these unique DNA repair enzymes called photolyase, which actually helps to repair DNA damage from the sun. And actually back in the day, photolyase actually won a Nobel Prize when that enzyme was first discovered. So I think it's really cool. I'm a huge nerd, so I think the science behind it is really fascinating. And if you have a product that can protect your skin from the sun while also helping fix DNA damage from the sun, I mean, that's such a win. I go over this in way more detail in last week's video on how to reapply sunscreen over SPF, but just wanted to quickly shout out the sunscreen compact from Skin Better. This is the Skin Better Science Tone Smart Broad Spectrum SPF 68 Sunscreen Compact. It works really well for reapplying sunscreen. Basically, you pop it up, it comes with a little sponge here, and you just go ahead and put this on your face. It looks a little bit like foundation, so it does provide like a skin blurring, pore erasing effect. It definitely provides, I would say, medium to high coverage, but I think this is a really great option for people who are looking to reapply their sunscreen throughout the day. Fifth tip, do not forget your antioxidants. And I'm just gonna throw in a little side tip there. A lot of antioxidants also help you with hyperpigmentation. So my favorite antioxidant that helps neutralize free radical damage from the sun and help protect against hyperpigmentation has gotta be vitamin C. I don't think I've made a full video on vitamin C before, but I've definitely talked about a lot of my favorite vitamin C's kind of sprinkled here and there. It is so important to apply a thin layer of antioxidant vitamin C every morning at the start of your day. Yes, it is okay to use retinol or retinoid the night before and then vitamin C in the morning the next day. There's no issues with that. But I really like to use a vitamin C serum that provides me a little bit of moisture since I skip my moisturizer in the morning. So my favorite vitamin C is the Skin Better Alto Advanced Defense and Repair Serum. I've gone through like 3 bottles already, so this one's all empty, so I just keep it up here so I can use it in my videos. But what I love about this is it's THD based, tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate, so it's a very stable lipid soluble form of vitamin C, and you know that vitamin C is super hard to stabilize. That's why a lot of the products kind of change colors or kind of get funky after a certain amount of time, but this one's very stable, and it comes in this airless pump so that you don't have to expose the whole bottle of product every time you want to use it. You still want to store it in a cool, dark place. You don't want to like place it under direct sunlight, but this packaging really helps. And then it comes out like this really soft, hydrating light serum, which I really love. And it also has in it aloe PQQ, which is this new blend of antioxidants that really levels this product up. So beyond just vitamin C, it has all these other benefits. So this really is my favorite vitamin C, holy grail, and I use it every single day. Okay, I said I was gonna do only 5 tips, but then I thought of one more that's really important, so I'm just gonna throw this one in there. I also think that it's very important not to forget sunscreen on the body. This is kind of related to the other sunscreen tip, I suppose. You wanna make sure that you are applying sunscreen liberally all over your body to all the exposed parts if you know you're gonna spend time outdoors and you don't wanna get sunburned. That's the whole goal. We know that if your skin gets sunburned, that means that DNA damage has happened. So you want to protect your skin before the sunburn happens. happens. And there's a lot of great options for applying sunscreen on the body. I really like spray sunscreens for the body. Ulta MD has come out with a special new spray that you could spray it in any direction, 360 degrees backwards. It is a mineral sunscreen, and I will say it does need to be rubbed in after you spray it, but that's pretty normal. The other note about spray sunscreens is I would not spray it directly in your face while inhaling. Hold your breath, spray the sunscreen, and then walk away. Okay, so this was a quick video on how to transition your skincare to summer skincare. I hope you enjoyed this video. In the upcoming weeks, I'm going to do more sunscreen reviews, including next week, I'm going to start a 2-part series on reviewing Asian sunscreens. So sunscreens from Japan and Korea. And if you have any sunscreens that you'd like me to review, please drop them below in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I have a lot of great content coming out for you soon, and I love to hear from you. Until next time.